Hello, I'm Miss Emma. The Speech Sound Picks approach has a unique technique called Speedy pair decoding. One person is following the sounds, and that's actually going to help them with their encoding, with their spelling. The other person is pointing to the word, blends the speech sounds and says the word. So this has really helped with their decoding. But together they're helping each other with the coding process. We call it code mapping. Because with an SSP, the children can code map every word in the English language. There's nothing tricky, silent letters, long, short, bossy, whatever. Everything is codable, so it's really, really straightforward. They do this with decodable readers, but also real books. And I've also created a range, and I'll be creating even more for 2016, based on characters and things the children are interested in, and making it age appropriate. Our prep average aim for term 4 is PM 20 plus. That's not the highest, that's the average. And if you watch the project in 2016, you'll see teachers doing it. Real, wonderful teachers.
Well done. Keep going.
Let's say it together. It is too cold to play football today, Thomas, said the speech sound frog. You should help us find Meg the mole.
Funny, turn around. One.
Thomas, Thomas the Tank Engine said to his friends, "Come and have breakfast with me, Speech Sound Frog." Can't, said Thomas the Tank Engine. It is too late for cricket. I have to go and play football at the park. Should out Billy, the blue truck had another idea. Let's dig a nice hole, Meg mole, so she can find us, he said. The blue truck had another idea. Let's dig a nice hole for Meg Mole, so she can find us, he said.
So fluencies develop more rapidly, and there's enough freed up working memory when they read it together to also comprehend, because there's no point learning to code map without understanding it. There's no point learning phonics in isolation. It's got to be meaningful. We need them to be readers. Use SSPreaders.com for decodable scaffolded readers. These are a means to an end. To see the revised Australian curriculum, please head over to the new readaustralia.com site, which is also where the project will be launched.
Milk. In. A. Cup.
It wants to get away.
I.
Will.
Fix.
It.
For all.
Right, so you're going to go. That's a nice way to go. Right, so no, so
Wow! I love you're using your duck hands, that's brilliant! Keep going!
gum.
Rug. Nip. Dog.
Tap. Well done.
You are all so amazing!
You do it again
Again.
and again
Again.
and
Again.
Now what you might do then is say, okay, let's read the whole thing in a speaking voice. You do it again and again and again. They all become obsessed with code mapping because they can code map what they want to code map. They can read books like Minecraft, things they're really interested in.
Noises.
Guys, it's right now, so you can pop your computers away.
The bell didn't ring though.
I'm from the UK, as you can hear from my accent. We had the Rose Report. But in Australia we had the Inquiry into the Teaching of Literacy, and USA, the National Reading Panel. Look what came out. Attention should be focused on decoding words rather than the use of unreliable strategies, such as looking at the illustrations, rereading the sentence, saying the first sound or guessing what might fit. Although these strategies might result in intelligent guesses, none of them is sufficiently reliable, and they can hinder the acquisition and application of phonics knowledge and skills, prolonging the word recognition process and lessening children's overall understanding. Children who routinely adopt alternative cues for reading unknown words instead of learning to decode them later find themselves stranded when texts become more demanding and meanings less predictable. This is just logical, it just makes sense. And if you watch an SSP teacher, you'll see this in practice. You'll see the revisions to the national curriculum, the Australian curriculum. You'll see them in action, and that's what the project is all about. We can change the way we teach reading. And at the same time, as you can see from this, we also help their spelling, dramatically improve their spelling. The most important thing, though, is that children become real, independent, confident readers much earlier. And this is 99% of the children. You're going to have some children that are not going to be fluent readers by the time they enter year 2, and this is because there's an intellectual impairment, or there's some other reason, but the teachers all know what this is, and every child has their own IEP. But watch the project next year, and you'll see how we can get over 80% over the PM20 mark, and how we make sure that this is reinforced in year 1, so that every child, other than those few exceptions I mentioned, enter year 2 reading to learn. And not only that, they love to read, and they read for pleasure independently. This will change the education system across Australia. And remember that when children are coding with fluency and comprehension is key. That means they're actually reading. They're also learning new words, new vocabulary, just because of what they're reading. Let's start valuing the joy of reading. Thanks so much for listening to me.